Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our board meeting for our Windows 11 upgrade for Taters Incorporated. My name is Jared Gatewood. I am the Assistant Director of IT, and I've been tasked with the rollout plan portion of our upgrade path. So without further ado, let's get started. What follows is a plan for the rollout portion of our upgrade path. The rollout portion includes upgrading each individual client for each individual department with our new Windows 11 operating system. The first thing I want to talk about are the 4 steps that we need to take in order to upgrade successfully. The first step is obviously confirming that our current hardware is compatible, and if it isn't, then upgrading that hardware. That's obviously someone else's department. The second step is to test our current hardware and our upgraded hardware for compatibility and stability of the new Windows 11 operating system. Obviously, even after the upgrades, the hardware isn't compatible, then we need to explore other alternatives as far as upgrading more or replacing the hardware that we have. The third step is to roll out the new operating system to each department. This will be performed sort of congruently with training in my plan, in that the upgrades will happen over a weekend, and then the training can begin the following Monday with everyone in the department, and hopefully only lasting a day. That way there's a very, very limited downtime. There's no loss in production time. And then we can get everyone trained simultaneously with a new, fresh install of their operating system. We have a very aggressive upgrade timeline that we are hoping to get started on Saturday, October 28th. The first up, obviously, we need to test all of our hardware from compatibility, upgrade our hardware where the upgrade hardware team sees fit, and replace hardware if necessary. We would like to have this done over the course of 2 weeks, really 2 weekends, while all of our facilities are closed. That way we're not losing any downtime, any production time, and everything can operate as normal. After that approximate 2-week span, we will need 1 laptop and 1 desktop from each department just to confirm everything is up to date, everything is compatible and stable, so that when we start the rollout process, the IT teams are not having to worry about hardware issues, upgrades, that sort of thing. 2 to 3 weeks should also give us plenty of time to get in all of the new hardware, get it tested, assigned to the departments where it is required. For steps 3 and 4, 3 being the obvious actual rollout of the operating system, we'd like to begin that early morning on Saturday, October 2nd for the first department, and then each weekend after that for subsequent departments. That will give the IT departments approximately 2 days to confirm installation and upgrade, and then we can begin training of each department the following Monday after their upgrades have been received. So the best case scenario for once the hardware compatibility has been confirmed, upgrades and new hardware has been purchased, assigned to each department, and proven to be stable, we can begin rollout of the new Windows 11 operating systems. This way, if we can do these upgrades on the weekends, we will have as little downtime as possible. There will be more time without distractions for the IT teams to confirm that everything is working, and that should prove the simplest course forward. This also allows for training to begin every Monday, depending on which department is just received the update, which department needs to be trained. So that should help mitigate any downtime and allow for production to continue on a normal schedule. So here I have a plan that's up for a little bit of tweaking for a department transition priorities. Obviously, I think we want the transition to be as seamless as possible, so therefore each department is upgraded and then trained individually. I would definitely like to start with the IT department. I think that provides us the opportunity to learn about the transition to make it as seamless as possible. It also gives the IT department more hands-on experience, because ultimately they're the ones who are going to be troubleshooting the upgrades as well as the new operating systems moving forward. They're also going to be tasked with training the employees on the new operating system and keeping everything running at 100% efficiency. The remaining departments, I think, can be upgraded a little interchangeably. I do have a basic idea of what I would recommend the transitions to be. Obviously, starting hopefully on Saturday, October 2nd with the IT department, gives them a couple days to upgrade their own systems, to learn more about the operating system and the process of the actual upgrades. Following that up with the administration offices, obviously we want that to keep running at 100% efficiency. Finance, obviously we want to be able to keep their downtime to a minimum, because we want to make sure that we are paying our vendors and receiving payments from our customers in a timely fashion. Research and development, I put forth just so that it gives the IT department a little bit more experience with the transition process, the rollout. Although it could probably be done towards the end, because right now it's not necessarily about research and development as much as it is keeping our current customers happy. Same with facilities and maintenance. Right now, all of our facilities are at 100%. I don't expect anything to change in that department, so it could also arguably be done at the end. Sales, one of the more important departments, I think. We definitely want to make sure that we've had some time to work out any transition kinks, rollout kinks. So I think that putting them towards the end of the transition, that way we're not losing any sales, we're not losing any customers, and we're still trying to go after those potential customers. Main processing, obviously, we want to be able to keep everything running efficiently, all of our production going well. And then shipping and receiving, obviously we want to make sure that we are receiving our goods in a timely fashion and shipping our goods in a timely fashion to make sure that we're not missing any deadlines and our customers aren't getting their product too late or too early. So now I think it's time to talk about the first steps for the actual rollout of the new operating system, Windows 11. Before anything that happens, we need to back up each user's files using removable media, USB flash drive, DVDs, uploading it to the cloud. Most of our users should have everything on our Windows 2012 servers, but it's never a bad idea to back up each individual computer, just in case they don't. There could be personal things on there. We, at Taters Incorporated, are a very close-knit family, so we definitely are understanding that sometimes people do have some personal files on their computers, and it's nothing to be upset about. So after we've made sure that everyone has a backup of all of their files, the first thing is to prepare a boot image to start each computer in a Windows PE environment. It's just a very basic operating system that will allow us to run tasks and install the actual image of the operating system. Next, we need to prepare the operating system. The good thing about the Windows ISOs is that each one can be customized to each department. So, for instance, the ISO for the finance department can have our accounting software already on there, whether it's QuickBooks or simple Excel files. You can also, have proprietary software ready to go on there, as well as files for everyone that's shared in each department. Backgrounds can also be customized, and so having an ISO for each individual department really saves a lot of time once the update goes out, because we won't have to go through and install the software on each individual system. Then we need to create a task sequence using the scheduler so that it can go through each individual task on each computer. And then lastly, we deploy the Windows operating system, the upgrade, using the PXE multicast system. That way we can just put the ISOs onto our Windows 2012 servers for each department and distribute them simultaneously onto that entire department's computer systems. So because we are upgrading from Windows 7, we are treating this upgrade to Windows 11 as a bare metal installation. What that means is that we are treating each computer, each piece of hardware, as if there was no OS previously installed, which is why it's very important to back up the files that are on those computers. We can then restore them once the new operating system is on there, as if they had never been lost. Fortunately, our current Windows 2012 servers can serve as distribution points for the Windows 11 ISO upgrades, so we won't have to upgrade that hardware, saving us a bunch of money. We're going to use the PXE multicast system. That way we can upgrade each client in each department simultaneously and automatically. Now, as a backup plan for that, just in case something happens with the previous hardware, our current hardware, or the new hardware, we're also going to have the ISOs on both DVD discs and USB flash drives, and that way we can upgrade them manually if we have to. So the reason we selected PXE multicast as our distribution method as opposed to other methods is because PXE multicast provides us with a way to distribute the same OS image to multiple clients simultaneously without any user interaction. So as long as the clients are online, powered on, there doesn't need to be anyone there present to push any buttons. It'll just happen automatically. Because it's happening over the weekend, that way we don't require people to be in the building to make sure that everything is going smoothly. We can also set it very early in the morning on Saturday, and then when our IT team comes in later in the day on Saturday, it should be, assuming everything went well, operational. We will assign a schedule so that once it hits that time of day on the Saturday, the task sequence and the ISO will automatically be downloaded to the clients and will start at a specified time for all of the clients. We can also use this system moving forward to provide updates for the operating systems, to provide new software, to provide updates to existing software. And the good thing about this is if it doesn't succeed the first time, the task sequence can be set up to rerun automatically, hopefully preventing any issues when the IT team comes in to inspect the success of the deployment. So once we've scheduled the rollout and let it commence, we definitely want to confirm success of the installations. Now, my suggestion is to schedule the rollouts early Saturday morning around 2 o'clock. Once each department has had a time to finish their work for the week, confirm that their systems are in a state of ready to receive the update, and then we can go ahead and get it started. Around 10 o'clock, after about 8 hours, the IT managers and teams can go into that department, confirm that each client and system has received the update successfully. If they haven't, if the update fails for any reason on any of the physical hardware, they can use the DVD discs or the USB flash drives to manually update and install the OS updates. They can then troubleshoot any additional issues, figure out why it was unsuccessful to begin with. This will give them approximately 2 full days, Saturday and Sunday, to resolve any issues, to figure out if anything else needs to be upgraded, if there are still compatibility issues, and to restore backed up files for each of the clients. That would certainly prevent a little bit more downtime and hopefully help to limit training as well. Monday morning, after a weekend of updates, of confirming that the new software and hardware are compatible, each employee of that department should be able to walk into their office with a new, fresh install of Windows 11 They can then begin their own personal setup, setting up usernames, passwords. They can begin to familiarize themselves with the software a little bit individually, and then around 10 o'clock, or depending on how long they think training will take, they can begin their training with their IT OS training teams and hopefully keep that to no more than half a day. One of the benefits of going with Windows 11 is that it is going to be slightly familiar to folks that are coming from Windows 7. There's not hopefully too much confusing about it. So hopefully we can keep the transition as seamless and easy as possible and mitigate as much downtime as possible. That's all I have for you folks this afternoon. The next slide is just a couple of websites for a little bit more information. If you have any other questions, please just give me a call or shoot me an email. Again, my name is Jared Gatewood, the Assistant Director of IT here at Taters Incorporated, and I'm looking forward to helping get this process done as easy as possible. Thank you.